everybody. This is your girl, Mercedes Wilson from The Mercedes Wilson Show. And today is October 1st. Many of us know what that means. That means that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, right? We all know the statistics. 1 out of every 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. And this is an epidemic in our country. So I'm not sure how many of you know this, but I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer when I was 28 years old. And there's a lot of times where I try to push those memories to the side because I have too much work to do, right? We all just have so much work to do. And around this time of the year, we are getting ready for our big yearly gala for a nonprofit organization that I started. So my focus is on that and everything else with work and family and everything like that. So I don't really get to focus on it. But something funny happens every year the night of my gala. When I get home, I crash. I cry, and I think it finally hits me that, wait a minute, you're a breast cancer survivor too, because at this event, we celebrate survivors, and because I'm so busy running around, I normally don't take part in all of that, right? And it normally happens the night after the gala. This year, something different happened. I woke up this morning, and my emotions were hijacked. And when I say that, I mean, like, as soon as I opened my eyes, I knew something was different this morning. And I've been fairly emotional today. And I'm saying, God, what is going on? What is going on? So before I even got out of bed this morning, I made sure, before my feet even touched the ground, that I spent time in prayer this morning. And I said, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but I know that I need you this morning. And I was reminded of a situation when I was going through breast cancer. There was one time midway through, I called my aunt and I said, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to chemotherapy. Everything hurts. I can't sleep. And I remember the palms of my hands and the bottom of my feet being black from the nerve endings dying and neuropathy, and I couldn't walk, and it even hurt to cry. It just hurt to cry. And I remember going through it, and I said, I am done. So I called my aunt and I said, I'm not going back. And after she had some choice words with me, she said, you are going to be okay. Do you hear me? And I said, yes, ma'am. It was one of those yes, ma'am moments because I knew I wasn't going to win that one. And she also threatened to take me to the rest of my chemotherapy treatments if I thought for a second that I was not going back. But it was at that moment on my bathroom floor crying, saying, God, why did you let me go through this? Why did this have to happen to me? I thought I was serving you. I thought you loved me. Like, what is going on? And it was in those moments where God said, I have something greater for you. Today has been that day where I've had to remind myself, like, you know how that song says, sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. I've had to encourage myself in the promises of God, because we can be taken over by all the different things that are going on. And breast cancer is a heavy, heavy, heavy disease. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And so as I'm reminiscing, I'm also rejoicing that God brought me through. And this may be for somebody, because as people that want to serve our community, a lot of times we forget about ourselves and we forget to take the time, or we feel it's wrong for us to take the time and reminisce on what God has done. And today is that day for me. So I was talking to a girlfriend today and she goes, well, what did you do? And I told her, I said, the first thing I did was I got up and I prayed this morning. The other thing was I got up and I did some work after I got the kids off to school, but I took myself to lunch and I picked my favorite spot, my favorite lunch. And I've been reminiscing. I've been reminiscing on the goodness of God, on his goodness. No matter what we are going through, I'm here to tell you that you were fearfully and wonderfully made. The things that we go through are things that God trusts us with. And what he trusts you with, you better bet that he is going to use in you. So think about all the things that you have gone through and say, God, use me. God, why did you give me that? Why did you allow me to go through that? And know that he has trusted you with it for something else. You were born for such a time as this. I want to encourage you that this Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is not over for you. Call somebody you know that is going through cancer and tell them that you love them. Call somebody that you know has a family member going through it and they may be having a rough time. Tell them that you love them. Encourage them. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. God bless you all. I love you.